What is good, y'all? It's your boy Troy Yeager, and I'm back at it again, guys, with another one. Back again with another lit one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw. Welcome to Monday Night Stomp. I'm calling it that, Doug. I'm starting that right now. We got a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot to talk about. First and foremost, this was an okay show. I would give it a B, at best. I would give it a B. I'm initiating the Monday night rating system, ladies and gentlemen, by yours truly, Troy Yeager. Every show that doesn't impress me gets an F. Every show that does impress me gets an A or A+. That is what I'm going to do from now on. But this was a B show. A lot of interesting things happened in the show. Very unfortunate thing. No, not unfortunate. A certain somebody had their last appearance, allegedly, but it's probably true. Had the last appearance on Monday Night Raw, but we're gonna get into that. A lot of surprising stipulations added towards Clash of the Castle. But I ain't gonna waste any more time. Let's get into it. Lego. All right, we kick things off with the Scottish psychopath, the Scottish social media troll, Drew McIntyre, coming on out. Lively crowd. Drew McIntyre cut a promo talking about that he's 5 days away from accomplishing his dream of winning a world title, not only in front of a crowd, but in front of his home country of Scotland. That's where he's from. And he didn't say a lot that really was anything to grasp, because his promo got cut short because Damien Priest, along with the Judgement Day, came out to address Drew McIntyre. Damien, we need to get that title off of him, man. He's really starting to. He's not doing it for me, man, as a world champion, because he just repeated the same old thing he said to Drew McIntyre probably like weeks in a row. You blame everyone but yourself. He doesn't have anything to add on to that. But the only interesting thing was that Drew McIntyre thinks that Damien cannot beat him without the Judgement Day. So Damien Priest implemented a matchup. It is between Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor. If Drew McIntyre wins the Finn Balor match, then the Judgement Day will be barred from ringside. And if Finn Balor wins, then the Judgement Day will be right there to watch Damien Priest, as he said, beat him fair and square. So the main event will be Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor. Looking on forward to that. We'll get on, to that early on. Let's move on. By the way, Dominic Mysterio wasn't actually there with the Judgement Day. He was backstage, when he to enter the Judgement Day clubhouse. He met up with Liv Morgan, who was sitting comfortably, looking fine as smooth butter. To Dominic Mysterio telling her to get out, but Liv Morgan telling Dominic that why would you want to follow somebody, or why would you want to be with somebody that you call mommy, that doesn't do anything for you. And then Liv Morgan went on to firmly seduct Dominic Mysterio. He had hotel keys, and he gave to Dominic Mysterio, and she said, how about you be with someone that calls you daddy? And I'm not gonna lie, bros. This man Dom cannot keep getting away with this, bros. He cannot keep getting away with this, man. He just can't. So other than that, man, that was the whole segment. This feud is gonna take the summer, man. I'm telling y'all. Custody of Dominic Mysterio ladder match. It's in the works, bros. It's in the works. Rhea Ripley, get your ass on back, bro. Dominic's in trouble. But man, that was interesting start to the show, man. Up next, we got Lyra Valkyria going one-on-one with Io Sky. This is a Queen of the Ring semi-final rematch. And Io Sky looking to avenge her loss against Lyra Valkyria. And this was a very competitive matchup. These two can put on a very good matchup. And that's what happened. But Lyra Valkyria was the numbers just too great for her. There was one moment where she almost won. The pronouns he and she. Yes. Where she almost won, but Dakota Kai and Kairi Sane interrupted that. And then Io Sky capitalized with the roll-up for the 1-2-3. And Io Sky avenged his Queen of the Ring semi-final loss. After that, the Damage Control attacked. It was Kyrie and Dakota that started to attack Lyra Valkyria first. And then once they got out, Io Sky went mental. She went Japanese on this bitch, bro. Like, for real. And then attacked Lyra Valkyria all by herself. Dakota was just surprised by this whole, interaction. Was very much surprised. And then out came Kiana Chance and Kaden Carter. This tag team, bro. They came in to save Lyra Valkyria. It was very interesting to see where this goes. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, something needs to be done about that tag team, bro. I mean, they're excellent tag team wrestlers, but their gimmick, their character is just so bland, bro. I get it, the whole life of the party thing, it's not really working for me. It's really not. It's just so mediocre, man. But interesting thing happened after the match. Io Sky backstage with Damage Control he was talking to herself, I believe. Then Dakota Kai was wanted to snap Io out of this trance she was in, and Io Sky said Damage Control needs to change. I'm very much interested in what this change might be. And that was Lyra Valkyria versus Io Sky. Up next, we got LWO, Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio, and teaming up with the Monster of Monsters, Braun Strowman, going up against the Judgment Day of Carlito, JD McDumbass, and Dominic Mysterio. This was a typical standard 6-man tag. Chaos ensued, all the works, man. That happened after the match was Liv Morgan coming out to distract Dominic Mysterio. Well, Dominic was having none of that. So he asked politely. No, he didn't ask politely. He asked her. No, he told Liv to leave and go backstage. But Liv wasn't having none of that. And then Liv was actually on top of the apron, and then Dominic was on the outside. Zelina Vega pushed Liv onto the apron and mounted on top of Dominic Mysterio. We got some, and I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, but you know what I mean, dog. We got a little action, bro. We got a little action on live television, bro. That's the closest you freaks will ever get to a oh my gosh. Yeah, man, that was something. That was something. And Zelina Vega attacked Liv Morgan. And that broke off the whole thing. Boo, Zelina, bro. Why'd you do that? But anyways, man, Braun Strowman capitalized on the whole chaos, the craziness, and then hit Carlito with the running power slam. And then Dragon Lee wanted to take revenge on Carlito. They did a little man, big man routine with Dragon Lee on top of pause. On top of Braun Strowman's shoulders, and then he frogged to splash on top of Carlito for the 1, 2, 3, and LWO along with Braun Strowman picked off with the win. And the only interesting thing was the Liv thing. I literally couldn't give any care about this whole LWO against other factions thing. It's getting bland, bro. Especially with the Carlito, it's getting really bland. But Damien obviously will not be happy about that. Up next, we got a segment, Sami Zayn coming on out to address his Intercontinental Championship title defense, which will be this Saturday against Chad Gable. Telling the crowd that how manipulative Chad Gable is, and his abuse towards the Alpha Academy. Then it was short-lived, and Chad Gable came on out with the Alpha Academy to say that he's not a bad leader. I'm just misunderstood. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just trying to make this group better. And then he's saying that, the group, there's nothing wrong with the group is fine and all that stuff. That typical manipulative, mastery, you know what I'm saying, by Chad Gable. And the interesting thing, Chad Gable said to Otis, he addressed Otis that you are going up against Sami Zayn, and you're going to show him your most aggressive side. We saw that aggressiveness. Wasn't really aggressive, but it was just a glimpse of that aggressive Otis. So it was Sami Zayn versus Otis. This was a quick matchup. Didn't need to go long, thank goodness. Didn't need to go that long, I mean. And Chad Gable distracted Otis for a solemn second, and then Sami Zayn Haluva kicked him for the 1, 2, 3. It was quick work. It just needed to get that story, progressing on forward. And then Chad Gable attacked Sami Zayn from behind, and he wanted Otis to finish him off. And but Otis, obviously He couldn't do it. He didn't have the guts to do it. And Chad Gable started slapping him around. And yeah, something interesting happened after that. You know, as Otis was getting all hyped up. You know, he's hyped up stuff. His hyped up routine. He went on, tried to clothesline Chad Gable, who was in the way. Sami Zayn was right behind him in the turnbuckle. But Chad went out the way, and then Otis, clotheslined him, and then hit him with the World's Strongest Slam. And then something interesting else happened after that. Otis resisted Chad Gable's embrace, and then wasn't this close by hitting him. Man, that pop was gonna be insane, but he didn't do it. He left along with the he didn't. He left by himself. Actually, he left the Alpha Academy, Akira Tozawa and Maxine Dupree behind. And yeah, that was the segment. This is gonna be a very interesting match. It's gonna be very interesting. And yeah, the Creed brothers are coming. Bro. It's gonna be chaotic. All right, up next it is Alba Fire and Eliza Dawn versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks. The tag team champions of Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill were ringside to watch the matchup. Yeah, it was a little showcase, you know, for the triple threat match that's coming up at Saturday. You know, Alba Fire and Eliza Dawn. It's gonna be like, what is it? Their first PLE, I believe. It's gonna be their first PLE, and how ironic it was gonna be in their home country of Scotland. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. But yeah, man, interesting thing that happened. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark came off the win. Shayna actually locking in the Coquina clutch. The Coquina clutch on Alba Fire. You know, she passed out immediately. And yeah, man, that was the match. I would be lying if I said I'm looking forward to this, but I am sort of, you know, looking forward to it, you know. But other than that, man, nothing really that made you think about. But yeah, we'll just move on from there. Up next, we got this was match of the night for me, man. Bron Breakker going one-on-one with Ilja Dragunov. This was a NXT rivalry ignited. This was, man, gruesome, physical, ladies and gentlemen. This was a physical matchup. Ilja Dragunov, man, just dude's an absolute animal, man. Bron Breakker is a beast. No pun intended there, man. No relation. But other than that, man, this was an absolute barn burner of a matchup, man. But in the end, man, Bron Breakker proving too much. Speared this man into oblivion. This is gonna be my new thing. Every time he spears him, I'm going to scream boom like that. That's my new thing. And then speared him again outside, and then speared him again for the final time inside the ring for the 1, 2, 3. Interesting thing that happened after that. Bron Breakker tried to spear Ilja into the barricades, but Ricochet came on out and attacked Bron Breakker and stopped that, you know, that short little attack further on. And then what happened after that was, man, gruesome stuff. So Ricochet tried to accompany Ilja. I don't know, what is she trying to accompany to? Medics and whatnot. Backstage, it was in the parking lot, I believe. And yeah, man, Bron Breakker just decimated the both of them, and ended up yeah, he went to the production trucks and actually power slammed him on top of a car, on top of the window shield. And yeah, that was, and you guys obviously know that was probably Ricochet's last WWE appearance. What a sad way to go out. I'm sorry, bro. That is just such a sad way to go out. And but anyways, man, all I gotta say is good luck to Ricochet, man, in his future endeavors. If it's really his last appearance in WWE, I mean, it's justifiable. It's justifiable. But yeah, man. Man, Bron Breakker is an animal, man. They're booking him like crazy, like 2002 Lesnar, bro. But we love to see it. Let's move on. Up next, we got the Authors of Pain, accompanied by Karrion Kross and Scarlett, and the old guy there. I know he's a Hall of Famer, but you know, he's just there, man. Dude's non-existing. Going up against the Awesome Truth, the World Tag Team champions, defending their titles against the Authors of Pain. This was not much to think about. The story was actually focused on the New Day. Karrion Kross trying to recruit Xavier Woods to become part of the Final Testament, but the New Day actually interfered in the matchup, attacking Karrion Kross, distracted, what is it, Akam Razar, something like that, Akam, and R-Truth tried to hit the man with the damn title, but that couldn't work out, man, and Miz capitalized, gave him the roll-up for the 1-2-3, and Awesome Truth retained their title. I'm loving the fact they're getting that deserved, long title reign. I don't know if it's going to be long, but, hey, man, they deserve it, man. R-Truth mostly deserves it, man. But The Miz also. But other than that, the main story is just with Xavier. I'm really interested to see what that goes, but, yeah. Up next, we got the main event. Drew McIntyre going up against Finn Balor. If Drew wins, then the Judgment Day are barred from ringside. This was a good match. Any Finn Balor match is a good match. Any Drew McIntyre match is a good match. That's how it is. But I'm not gonna get into deep with this. The Judgment Day tried to distract Drew McIntyre. Damian Priest came out first, and then JD McDonough and Carlito came out, but it was too much they weren't that much for Drew McIntyre. Took them all out, and and Claymore Finn Balor for the 1-2-3. So now it will be Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. No Judgment Day at ringside. This is gonna be very interesting, and you know what that means. A cult of personality. You know that man's ruined, bro. He's Roman, bro. He's Roman. Can't wait for that, man. But other than that, man, very good to Monday Night Raw. Very good Monday Night Raw. A lot of story progression, towards Saturday at Scotland. But other than that, yeah, man, all I gotta say is, man, we'll be waiting for that return for CM Punk. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. But other than that, man, thank y'all so much for tuning in today's episode of Monday Night Stomp by yours truly, Troy Yeager, and I will be seeing y'all. Don't forget to subscribe. Come on, y'all, subscribe with your boys. You know what I'm saying? Though we're on our way to 1.30, bro. Come on now. You know how it is. Hit that subscribe button, bro. Turn on that like. Turn on all notifications, and I will see you in the next one. Deuces.